All right, so we're going to talk about vision, purpose, passion, defining your vision, pursuing your passion, live your life on purpose. Because this can make the difference between you having a wonderful, awesome life or failing quietly and living a life of quiet desperation. Living a life of vision and purpose is something that we've heard a lot. And how do you live your life on purpose? What does it mean to have vision? What does it mean to have purpose? I'm going to dig into the definitions of it all, and I'm going to talk about how to find this for your life, which will accelerate your life and ignite your life, and you'll be very glad. So I want to cover the definition of vision. What is the difference between the vision and purpose and passion? Vision is what your world will look like when you accomplish what you believe that you need to accomplish in your life. Purpose is your reason for living, your reason for existing, what you were created for. Passion is what you gain energy from. It's what you are excited to do, what motivates you. A lot of people talk about in business that you have to have a vision statement, a mission statement, all that kind of stuff. But I'm going to talk to you about you needing to have a vision statement for your life. You need to have a purpose and a passion that drives you and motivates you. And I'm going to dig deep into this of why you need to have this. All right, so here, let me put it this way. Vision is what the world's going to look like when you achieve the mission, which is how you are going to put into action your purpose, which is your reason for existence. What is your vision of what the world is going to look like when you're done doing what you got to do? What is your purpose, your reason for existing? And I'm going to put it this way. When your life comes to an end, when you are lying on your deathbed and you know you're going to go, you're going to have an opportunity to look back on your life and you're going to ask some questions. And I'm going to ask them to you right now. I want you to think about this. What did my life add up to? What did I live for? What do I regret doing? What do I regret not doing? Who's going to remember me? What will they say about me when I'm gone? Why was it important that I even existed? What was my purpose? Why did I fulfill my purpose? Because that's the bottom line truth, is that we're going to go through life, and at the end of your life, you're going to question yourself. If you have vision and purpose now, then you're going to be thankful, you're going to be grateful. But if you don't, there's a lot of people that struggle with that. And I hate to be morbid, but the decisions you're making today are framing the bed that you're going to lie on when you're about to die. The decisions you make today on what job to have, what business to have, what habits to keep, what things to do with your life is forming the foundation for your life. And what you develop and create in your life starts today. And you need to have a vision of where you need to go. And too many people don't think that matters. I think everybody here would say, I made some decisions yesterday or last year that I am regretting, right? When I ask a lot of people today what their vision is, they're just like, man, I don't know, get rich, marry somebody that has a lot of money, climb a mountain, do this, party hard, marry some, That's not vision. That's just pursuing stuff. That's a substitute for really living. Those are excuses that just allow us to drift through life hoping to win the lottery. And that's not what life is all about. For the most part, people just stumble through life hoping tomorrow will be better. No plan, no dreams, no goals. Just hoping for a big break someday. The good news is that anybody can discover a meaningful, purposeful life direction. Anybody can wind up somewhere on purpose. Not just the super talented people, not the super lucky people. No, anyone, you, me, everyone, by getting purpose and a vision and understanding your passion for life. And I'm going to help you find that. Tonight, I'm going to give you some ideas that are going to help you figure out, who am I? What am I called to do? What was I created to do? What is my life? What do I want my life to look like? But it's not easy. I know that. Every day we're blasted by 100 different should do's and don't do's, and you shouldn't do this, you should do this, and life happens, bills pile up, and another child comes along, and we're too busy, and problems press in, and I get that. We can't focus on really what we want to do because I got to focus on the here and now. And then on top of that, you're blasted by media that says, if you really want to be happy, you need to buy that truck, and you need to get this new tattoo, and you need to drink light beer, and your life will be better. If we're not careful, we can fall for that trap, and I have definitely fallen for that trap. That's why I'm so passionate about that now, because for many years I did not have a passion or purpose. I mean, I had passion, but it was misdirected. I did not have a vision for my life, but it does not have to be this way. Here's a statement from a very, very powerful book. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Perish means to lose its normal qualities, to rot or decay. Without a vision, people perish. Without a vision, you will not know that you were created for a specific meaningful life, and your inner being is going to wither. No joy, mundane. Where there is no vision that you have been placed on earth to matter deeply to other people, you will live in loneliness and your relationships will suffer. Where there is no vision of having an awesome, beautiful family, if you don't have a vision of that, your chances of succeeding in your marriage is not very good. In fact, that's why there's such a high divorce rate, because there's so many people that have no vision. Where there is no vision of having a strong, healthy physical body, what happens to your health over time? It erodes away. Your exuberance fades because you don't have a vision. Where there is no vision for financial prosperity or wealth or riches, you can live in the richest country in the world and struggle with debt all of your life, be drowning in debt because you don't have a vision, which leads to a purpose, which leads to passion, which leads to goals. If you don't have a vision of where you're going, you will just wind up struggling. Where you have no vision for meaningful work, people simply live for the weekend party. The goal is just to survive, right? Keep the kids out of jail, pay the bills, and hope I stay married. Is that a vision? No. Well, it's a negative vision, but you were made for more than that, so much more. So let me talk about people that have a vision, what their life is like. What happens when you get a vision for your life? And I'm talking about a very serious vision, passion, purpose. So no matter when I talk to you, what time I wake up in the middle of the night, I can say, what's your vision? You could tell me. I know that you have that when your life has focus. Number one, focus. When you begin to understand what you are supposed to do, you can better discern what you're not supposed to do. Vision gives you the ability to say no to good things and say yes to the great things. It gives you a focus. It helps you determine, no, I'm not going to do that because that's going to pull me away from my vision. That's focus, number one. Vision in your life will give you endurance. Endurance, the strength to carry on through difficult times. After childbirth, I have heard numerous women say, yeah, there was a struggle, but when I saw the vision of the child in my arms before I ever saw the child, the struggle was nothing. Now, I know some women have said the opposite, but I'm just saying the women that I have talked to that had that vision of a child, the struggle, they had the endurance to go through the challenges of pregnancy. Having a vision of what you want your body to look like and how much health you want to have and the fitness you want to have. When you have a vision of good health, it will give you the endurance to go through the workout when you don't feel like it, when you're feeling lazy, when you're feeling unmotivated. So that's endurance. The first one was focus. The second one was endurance. What else does vision give you? When you have a positive vision of your life, you will have peace. Peace, that's not a peace sign like peace out. Number three, peace. Having a vision will give your life peace. How many people do you know that are racked with anxiety over their identity? Who am I? They have no purpose and they're just struggling with that sort of depression. What's my purpose? What is my significance? There's no peace. When you know who you are, what you were created for, what your purpose is, what your vision is, you will have peace in your life. With vision, you will wake up knowing who you are and why you are here and where you're going because you know what your vision is. Another thing that vision gives you with peace is making better decisions in your life because you know where you're going. You know where you're supposed to go. So making decisions becomes easier because you know, I'm going there, I'm not here. I said in a teaching a couple times before that unsuccessful people make decisions based on where they are. I can't do that because of this. I can't do that because of this. I can't go here because of that. Successful people make decisions based on where they want to go. When you have a vision of where you're going, the decisions you make will propel you in that direction, and that gives you a great deal of peace. So focus, endurance, and peace. And the fourth and the last thing that vision gives you is passion. Vision, remember what you see the world is going to be like when you get done doing what you're called to do? Vision gives you passion. This is like the caffeine in the cup, man. This is the extra juice that carries it all. But a person with a vision in their life has passion to make it all happen, and they're going to talk about it. They're going to be excited about it, and it shows everywhere because the passion shows up to do the work because suddenly it's not work. It's just who you are. It's what you do. For me, I love to minister to people, and so I get energized by that. It doesn't drain me. It's not work. It's what I do. And when you see people with passion, you know they have a vision. All right. So as a reminder, a vision is what the world will look like when you accomplish what you believe you need to accomplish. Purpose is your reason for living, your reason for existing. What were you created for? And passion is what you gain energy from. What are you excited to do? What motivates you? So how do we get this vision and purpose? so that I can live my life with passion? Well, let me give you some tips. Answer these questions. When you die and on your epitaph, the thing that was most important to me was, fill in the blank. Answer this one. People say that I stood for, answer that question. I made a difference in the world because I, fill in the blank. People knew that I loved them because that's purpose. All right, let's dig a little bit deeper. All right, I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to determine, well, what is my purpose? What am I made of? How do I know what my vision is? Okay, I'm going to give you 3 things to really dig deep on, and I'm going to have these notes for anybody that wants it. 3 things that are going to help you understand and get clarity for what is my purpose, what is my vision, what do I want to do? And I'm going to talk about 3 things: your core values, your spiritual beliefs, and your life experiences. These 3 things, when you really study them and think about them and look at your path of your life, when you look at your core values, your spiritual gifts, and your life experiences, they help steer you towards, I'm starting to see what I was created for. So let's dig into it. Core values. What are the core values in your life? What do you cherish at your core is what you aim your life at. You have things planted deep in your heart that you cherish, that are very important to you. They are values that, man, if you follow them, they will become the driving forces in your life. They're your core values. They explain how you come up with your own personal priorities. They will rearrange and direct your energies to what is important to you. Core values. If you ignore your core values, sooner or later, you will be miserable because you're not in alignment with who you are and what you stand for. But if you identify them and pursue them, you will unleash your potential and set yourself up for fulfillment and success. Core values. You're willing to fight for them. You're willing to stand for them. Core values, what are they? There are things like this. The need for security. Is that really important to you or not? Core values like a love of adventure, loyalty to home and family, a passion for justice and fair play, serving and caring for others. That's a core value to some people. How about different moral virtues? Honesty, compassion, humility, diligence, patience. What things do you stand for that really bothers you when people don't stand for them? What makes you mad when you see that? You're like, that is just not right. That could be a core value to you. Also, what brings you joy when you see other people exhibiting certain things? Like when you see someone being on time, maybe timeliness is a core value for you. Start thinking about, what are my core values? What do I stand for? Okay? All right, now let's move on to item number 2. Remember I said there were 3: core values, spiritual gifts, and life experiences. Number 2, spiritual gifts. What is something that you are naturally good at or excellent at? What is something that it just makes no sense? You're just good at it. What do you always find yourself doing for others? Are you a helper? Are you a server? Are you a teacher? Are you a leader? Are you an organizer? Or are you a supporter? The ones who just wants to stay in the background and just be behind the scenes? Or are you somebody that says, give me the mic? What are your natural gifts? I call them spiritual gifts. Natural talents that you have. Do you know what they are? Tie those together with your core values. What is the common thread between those? And now the third thing is, what are your major life experiences? And this is a long one. It's a tough one, but hang with me. What are your major life experiences that have shaped you up to this point? I want you to think about major events in your life, both good and bad, that have changed the course of your life. People, situations, circumstances, things that happened to you, things that you did, things that other people did. What has taken place that has shaped who you have become, good or bad? Now, this is not the time to be negative, hurtful, vengeful, angry, depressed, discouraged. This is not the time for that. I'm talking about you determining, what are you made of? Why are you the way that you are? What are these things that have happened in your life that have shaped you? Because inside of that, if you turn those experiences into positive motivation, you will want to change this world, because you will see your core values and your spiritual gifts and your life experiences. And when you start focusing on your strengths and your weaknesses, all of a sudden you will start seeing a path that you want to march down. What do you desire to change in this world? What is it? What will you desire to change, and what will you allow to stay in your life? You got some stuff going on in your life, but are you going to let it stay there? When you know your vision, your purpose, and your passion, and you understand your core values, your spiritual gifts, and your life experiences, what are you going to determine to remove from your life? If you start getting a grasp of this, of how you have been blessed with certain skills and traits and just strengths, you can change the world when you combine your strengths, your weaknesses, your core values, spiritual gifts. Man, what will your life count for? What will you live for? What will you desire to see manifest? See, when you understand that you were placed on this earth for a purpose and to do something great, all of a sudden the mundane, boring things that you used to do will not be as important. And you say, no, I am going to go do that because I got a desire to change the world in my area, my lane, my purpose. And doing this gives me great passion. So a review. Your purpose is what you are put on earth to do. To accomplish, to change, to design, to implement, to invent. What are you going to invent that's going to change your generation? If you're sick and tired of looking around at your generation and seeing something, every time you see something that bothers you, maybe that's because you're supposed to change it. And if you understood that you have the gifts and the talents and the abilities to do that, you will. The vision is what the world will look like when you're done. The amount of money you're going to be making, the retirement you're going to have, the security you're going to have, the relationships you will have, the differences you will be making, the things you're going to create, the things you're going to destroy. How about being the first one in your family line to destroy certain things that have been carried on for generations? You're like, no, this is going to change, and I'm the one that's going to change it. That is a life full of vision, purpose, and passion. You just have not discovered it and given yourself permission to live life on the edge and go for something great. Because all your life you've been told you can't, you shouldn't, you this, and you've been shooting all over yourself, and you need to stop doing that. And so do I. And that's why I'm so excited about this and passionate about this. Because when you discover your purpose, you will see, man, things are going to change. You're going to have the desire and the endurance and the focus and the peace to make the changes in your life you need to make. Let me stop. That's kind of it in a nutshell. And I'm going to summarize by saying this. Why won't you go after your dreams anymore? Why aren't you trying to win anymore? Why have you given up? Why aren't you giving your best to your relationships, to your families? And you know what the answer is? You ain't got no vision. You ain't got no purpose, and your passion is in the toilet. You get a vision for your life. You get a purpose, and you allow yourself to go for something great and say, to heck with those people that don't want to come with me. But you go for something great in your life, and you will never have anybody says, well, they don't have a vision. No, they would say, man, look at that guy or gal go. So that's all for tonight, you guys. Hope you have a great night. Thanks for being here. Bless y'all. See you later.